Hello, everyone. I'm Doreen South, your host of Lenses of Life podcast. And with me today is Corinne Steele Gillespie. Hi, Corinne.
Hi, Doreen.
Now, Corinne has already pre recorded 3 podcasts with Lenses of Life, and our conversations have been enlightening, informative, invigorating, and I'm happy to have Corinne in front of the camera. And later on, we will be behind the mic doing our 4th podcast, and time permitting, a 5th. So Corinne is an ongoing guest on Lenses of Life. I find your energy, your intellect, your viewpoints refreshing. And I find your presentation is captivating. Like I really feel engaged with you when we're in conversation.
We have great conversation, and a lot of it is we have a lot of the same viewpoint, but each of us brings a different perspective or come from a different angle. And a lot of the messages are similar, but we have a different way of getting there.
This is true. Now you have a site on the internet called
theindependentparent.ca. And that's where I do my blogging, and then I will just share some tidbits about parenting. I'm kind of a lazy cook, so I share some lazy ways to make food that keep people happy and on schedule in my house.
As this independent parent, one of the things I find that holds my attention, that keeps me present with you, is how you present concepts, how you present the life lessons that you've learned, how you present information that if other people choose to pick it up and carry it in their baskets, is very, very helpful. Now, some of the topics that we talked about were how to be responsible for your own approach to the absent parent or the absent partner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we talked a bit about being conscious inside of yourself. And so then that way, when you are intentional inside of yourself, that you can approach conversations with the other person and it won't be as combative. We also talked about messaging and how messaging is received versus sent. We've also talked about consciousness in parenting and making choices and sticking to your own storyline and writing your own storyline as you go forward.
That's right. So being really, really getting to know who you are, being willing to look at the life lessons.
Yep, and be able to take those lessons, really, truly view them, and sort through it so that you can move forward in a more conscious way about where you came from.
Exactly. So today, on the podcast that we'll be doing today, we're looking at inciting.
Yeah.
And now we're both giggling about that because we've had prior conversation going on the camera about inciting, and this is one of those areas where we respect each other's perspective, like where we're coming from, but we're looking at the same outcome.
Yeah, where we both have different lenses.
Yes.
To put on the same.
That's right. And I'm glad you used the word lenses since we're on Lenses of Life.
Yeah.
That's very good.
It is, because we have different lenses.
Yes.
And so then that's what gives us our different perspectives, even though our messaging might be very similar or even the same.
So what I'd like to do now is to invite our listeners. I know you're watching this on YouTube, but I am inviting you as our listeners of Lenses of Life podcast, which is heard on Consciousness Unlimited Radio. You can find us listed in their website. You can find Lenses of Life podcast listed in Facebook under Lenses of Life podcast, their own Facebook page, and with all the necessary links to tune into and listen to Lenses of Life podcast internet radio. Now, if you'd like to join us and hear Corinne and I exchange some thoughts and feelings on insightfulness and approaches to it and objectives, outcomes, then, please do so. Lenses of Life does broadcast every Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Corinne, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Doreen, for having me.
And let's look forward to do more podcasts and perhaps even more videos.
Yes, that would be great.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon and join us on the podcast. Take care.